Look at some of these ages. Rosa DeLauro, 82. Richard Blumenthal, 79. Joe Courtney, 72. And, of course, the aforementioned Governor Lamont, 71. And you got people who want to take over in their 40s. Now, I know to the kids, 40 is kind of old, but, compared to the Democrat Party, for that, this is incredibly young. 40 years old. Now, look, I will tell you this, and I really do believe this. I don't think Connecticut, as a state, wants to give up the state to progressives who want to tax them more. Let me explain why. In Connecticut, the percentage of income paid in taxes varies due to the state's progressive income tax system, which ranges from 2% to 6.99% across 7 brackets. Higher income earners pay a larger percentage of their income in state income taxes because the tax rate increases as income rises. For example, single filers with a taxable income of over $500,000 or joint filers with over $1 million, are taxed at the highest rate of 6.99. Now, those in the lower bracket who make between $10,000 a year to $20,000 a year, those folks are taxed at 2%. You also have to consider that Connecticut has an effective property tax rate of 1.78%. And then they've got the sales tax of 6.35, which is relatively low. 6.35 is kind of low. Other states even higher. That can disproportionately affect households. Of course, if you make less money, you paying that kind of tax is going to affect you in a bad way. But higher income earners often face a higher overall tax burden due to the progressive income tax and phase out of exemptions, with the state tax burden ranking amongst the highest nationally at 15.4%. Now think about this, folks. If Connecticut gives the keys to Elliott, he's going after those, the old guard and the old folks and the people who make a comfortable living. Probably close to retired, if not retired. People who have stock options. He's looking to go after their capital gains. All of that stuff. And I think that the people in Connecticut are quite comfortable. Now, if Lamont decides to run, without a doubt, I think it'll be a tight race, but I think he wins nonetheless. I don't think that Connecticut wants the kids to be in charge because they know what it means. They raise these kids to go after them. They know that. They raise these young folks to go after them indiscriminately. They won't look at those wealthy folks in Connecticut and say, yeah, you know what? You raised me to be a socialist, tax and spend guy. So I won't harm you. No. They're coming for you. You know it. That's why they're going to keep them there. Lamont, that is. Let's go to the phones. Lisa is in Cheshire. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine. What's up?
I just had a quick comment to make. First of all, thank you so much for your show. I love listening to it for years. I went right from Rush to a couple others and you, and I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Do you know what the problem is? You're telling it like it is and everything, but the people who should be listening are not listening to this station.
Democrats.
Because, it's Republican. Yeah, I just don't understand. The Democrats are like diseased or something. I don't know. They have a mental disorder.
Lisa, they listen.
Like I don't know.
Lisa, you can trust me. They listen, and I'll tell you why. Remember, they don't trust their own kind. And I mean that literally. They don't trust Democrats anymore. They can't trust them with the truth. And guess what? They're an outraged party, right? We know that, right? What are they looking for? They're looking to be outraged and angry at someone. So if they're listening to somebody who's doing like a circle poll with like their same ideology, talking about the things that they already agree with, the echo chamber, what's that going to do? That doesn't soothe them at all. So they're looking for somebody to be outraged too. So they quietly and begrudgingly listen to conservatives. They listen to.
But I think he's the greatest. Trump.
Lisa, it's an everyday struggle. I know sometimes it can get exhausting. You know, I say to some people go, when are we just never going to have to do this? I'm like, it never ends because, you know, what did Ronald Reagan say, right? Freedom is only a generation away. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's only a generation away from being gone. So it's just something because there are people out there who have a different way of looking at the world, and some of them don't like the freedoms that we have. They just don't.
No.
Yeah.
They're always kind of freaking. I mean, when Biden became president, we as Republicans were upset, but we didn't go around acting like idiots.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We just shut off and that's it.
I always consider Republicans should adopt a line from one of my favorite movies called Dodgeball. Have you ever seen that movie, Dodgeball?
I didn't.
Okay, so
I'm going to tell my husband we'll watch it.
Okay, go watch it. It's a comedy. It's pretty good. Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn. But in the beginning of the movie, White Goodman, played by Ben Stiller, runs a gym called Globo Gym. And their tagline is, "We're better than you, and we know it." And I think that should be the tagline for Republicans. We're better than you, and we know it. Because, again, when we lose, sure, we're angry, but we accept it. And we go back in and we regroup and we figure out how to win the next time. That's what winners do. Yeah. You know, sore losers do what we're seeing today.
Yep.
Without a doubt.
It's terrible. I mean, I'm tired of hearing about them and shouting and singing songs and yelling and swearing and who's that guy? I can't remember him now. He just got fired or something. He's like F you.
Oh yeah, Stephen. I was just talking about him. Stephen Colbert. Yeah, again, like I said, I
stand him.
I told everybody that's what they're giving this guy 6 months to do exactly that. He's going to go on the air and he's going to come back every day and he's going to curse out the president, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the show's over. That's it. Show's over. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Good talking. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just, these Democrats, the infighting and this nonsense about we're a big tent party, nonsense. They're not big tent. They're trying to show that they're big tent. They are overrun with communists and socialists. They are. Because the Democrat way has been taken away from them. I want you to think about this. Think about this. Donald Trump has taken every ounce of oxygen from what was the Democrat Party for 60 years. With the exceptions of government handouts, everything that was the Democrat Party is no longer owned by them. And instead of embracing any of the policies of Donald Trump, they have become the Democrat Party, not the progressives, not the radicals. The Democrat Party, because they don't have those issues to run on anymore, and because no one trusts them with those issues, they have turned into the We Hate Trump Party. So whatever Trump does, they hate. Anybody who supports Donald Trump, they hate. And when you don't stand for anything and the only thing that you seem to coalesce around is your hatred of Trump, the messaging appears to, you just lose it. You don't have anything. Ask the Democrat Party what they stand for. And they'll tell you some stupid platitude about we're here for fairness. There's no such thing. Fairness is subjective. What's fair? Who's the arbiter of fair? Who gets to tell us what fair is? It's subjective. What is the objective thing that you stand for? And they can't tell you. Ask any one of them. If you meet up with a Democrat and you're on the WhatsApp, ask him, what's fair? Tell him who defines what's fair? Who's in charge of what's fair? You, me, politicians? If you want fairness, if you want equality, who gets to determine it? The party's over. Sorry. The way of the Whigs. Mark my words. Speaking of those words, let's get to some weather, traffic, and some news. Jason Caterina's got weather, and Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, everyone. Heading into Hartford right now, 91 southbound. Look for a little slow traffic as you move down by exit 36 in Winter. Again, 33 down to 32 A and B. Delays again from 29A down through exit 28, Hartford Weathersfield line. Northbound 91 slowing as you approach, you get by exit 24 for the Silestine Highway. After that, a little tight 35 to 30.
I don't believe so, Catherine, unless you got an email from me.
Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound is locked up. 44 Prospect Oakwood down into the tunnel. 291 through 84, okay. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 west merge. 2 eastbound is a little slow as you come off of I-84 out to exit 3 in East Hartford. If you're traveling into Middletown, 9 northbound delays, 22 to the Aragoni Bridge. 9 northbound again slowing from exit 32 up to 34 in New Britain. Eastbound 84 Waterbury tight 17 to 18. Southbound Parkway slowing 60 into the West Rock, and 95 southbound delays from exit 46 to 44 New Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8 WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, partly cloudy, another comfy night, the low down to 56. Sunshine, a few clouds for us Wednesday. The heat starting to build, the high up to 85. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, the low only 66. Then Thursday, the heat is on, partly sunny, the high jumping up to 94. Friday, mostly cloudy. We're going to break the record from 2001. It's going to be very hot and humid, the high of 99 Friday. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina in the WTIC Weather Center.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
77 degrees, 5 o'clock. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. He performed many times in Connecticut, including later in his career at Mohegan's Sun. Ozzy Osbourne is dead at 76. The heavy metal legend suffered from Parkinson's.
Ozzy Osbourne rose to fame in the 1970s as the lead singer of Black Sabbath, pioneering heavy metal music along the way. The band's music became a symbol of devil-worshipping and Satanism, though Ozzy, born John Michael Osborne, said he was a member of the Church of England.
CBS's Jarrett Hill reporting Osbourne performed just 2 weeks ago at the final concert for Black Sabbath. The statement says he was with his family when he died. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson is sending members home early for the summer. He's trying to prevent a vote on whether to force the release of the Epstein files, something President Trump promised during his campaign. This is Democratic Senator Cory Booker.
They're running out of town because it's clear the Speaker believes that their membership in the Republican caucus over there is so fragile that they cannot withstand simple debate, discussion about the topic of Jeffrey Epstein.
President Trump hosted the leader of the Philippines, claiming the nations have a new trade deal. During questioning, Trump denied knowledge of the DOJ's intention to talk again to Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says if Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who committed crimes against underage girls, the FBI and the Department of Justice want to hear about it. By reaching out to Maxwell, the Justice Department is trying to cast itself as transparent following backlash from some of President Trump's political base. The base has been critical over the administration's earlier refusal to release additional records on the case. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
In a special report on the impact of the budget bill recently signed by the president, State Controller Sean Scanlon says up to 200,000 state residents will lose their health insurance, and many of those who maintain their insurance will see higher rates.
The 100,000 plus people who get their health insurance through the Access Health Connecticut exchange will also be impacted in the sense that the bill did not extend what's called the advanced premium tax credits. On December 31st of 2025, those individuals will see about a 75% premium increase.
He says Connecticut defense contractors could benefit from military spending in the bill. Democratic lawmakers are sharing the story of a New Haven-based interpreter from Afghanistan seized by ICE. The man named Zia is in the U.S. legally and was in the process of applying for a green card when he was taken by masked agents in East Hartford last week. He's in federal detention in Massachusetts based on the false claim he's in the U.S. illegally. Senator Richard Blumenthal.
What happened to him is the worst kind of abhorrent violation of basic decency. For masked agents to snatch someone off the street with no warning, no counsel, no opportunity even to know who is doing it while it's in process is un-American.
Zia worked as a translator for American forces, putting his family at risk for retribution from the Taliban. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 179, S&P was plus 4, the NASDAQ was down 81. Sports, Red Sox and Phillies with the pregame just after 6 p.m. on WTIC. Yankees in Toronto, where the Blue Jays now lead New York by 4 games in the AL East. The Mets host the Angels, the Yard Goats in New Hampshire. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
How did you get breakers fixed so fast?
ALO Home Services, same day electrical. I gave them a call and they had a technician on their way. They even sent the technician's real-time location so I knew when they would be here.
Did you say same day? That's crazy.
If you need same-day electrical, call, click, or text today and say hello, ALO, call for details. Licensed for safety. HIC 628926, P10277688, S104062441, S3308699, SN3004646, E1185643.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. Reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040. 800-586-4040.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
I cannot believe it, but I can report, and we will play the audio in a little bit, but apparently a spokesperson for Barack Obama has now responded to the claims by Donald Trump. We'll play that in a little bit. Nothing from Obama, who's been everywhere, even on Michelle Obama's podcast. He's nowhere on this statement, but a spokesperson for Barack Obama has released a statement. I'm very, very interested in playing that for you. But it's time for some other news that I need to get into. And folks, hold on to your hats because this one is absolutely fantastic. It's Hollywood news, folks. Hollywood. Oh, I love Hollywood. And this story is fantastic. I hope that you guys watch this when it comes out next month on August 22nd. Folks, stay tuned on Netflix. There will be, wait for it, The Truth About Jussie Smollett. That's right. Oh, Jussie Smollett, or as Dave Chappelle likes to refer to him as Juicy Smollett. Yes, the young man from the TV show Empire, or as I like to call the show Negro-rific, the musical. He, from that television show, famously was attacked in the dead of night during the polar vortex in Chicago by 2 Nigerian white supremacists wearing Trump hats that say "Make America Great Again," who beat him up and poured bleach on him and then tied a noose around his neck. Yes, he is a part of a 90-minute feature, an interview, if you will, 90 minutes, called The Truth About Jussie Smollett. He is not giving this story up, folks. Apparently, this investigation is going to dive in deeply about the misgivings or the misrepresentation of Juicy Smollett. And I look forward to it. Folks, you can watch it with me, or you can just let me watch it for you.
Nobody's watching that bullshit.
What? Wait, no, Roland is in my ear. Curse. I just want to know. I'm going to check out the ratings anyway. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, folks, Juicy Smollett, The Truth About Juicy Smollett on Netflix on the 22nd. I'll be watching it. Maybe I'll be watching it for you because none of you are watching it. Let's get a check of the weather and traffic. Jason Catarina and Mark Christopher in the BPS Traffic Center. This story doesn't go away. I thought it was over.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was all a big made-up story.
It was, and yet
with a bunch of actors, and it's still hanging around.
No, sir. These were Nigerian white supremacists.
Oh. You want me to believe that?
No.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you,
just
Reese.
saying. They come in all shapes and sizes.
Exactly. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91, look for delays approaching 33 down to 32 A and B. Again, 27 down to 28. And another bump down by exit 22, the Route 9 change in Cromwell. Northbound 91, that moves well. Cromwell up through downtown, a little slow, 35 to 36. In Windsor, westbound 84 is slowing, approaching the Boakby Bridge out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. 84 eastbound locked up, 44 Prospect Oakwood up to 48 Capitol Avenue. 2 westbound is tight, 1D up to the 84 West merge. It's slow off of I-84, Route 2 eastbound from I-84 out to exit 3 in East Hartford. 291 through 84 looking good. 9 northbound's heavy. 22 up to the Aragodi Bridge in Middletown. 9 northbound again slowing in Berlin. 31 up to exit 34 in New Britain. 84 eastbound Waterbury a little slow. 17 to 18. If you are traveling 84 eastbound in Danbury, you got delays 3 to 5 again from 8 in Danbury out to exit 11 in Newtown. And southbound on the Parkway delays 60 into the West Rock. Northbound Parkway slowing 59 into the West Rock, and 95 south. New Haven tight 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8's WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by Staples.
Calling all parents and teachers, at Staples, your back-to-school budget is officially saved by the button. The easy button, with supplies as low as 25 cents. Plus,
Richard, you are so 100% right. I don't even think you need 9 seconds.
easy.
WTIC weather.
Wow, back to school. Holy mackerel. Partly cloudy tonight, cool night, the low down to 56. Sunshine, a few clouds for our Wednesday, the high of 85. Then the heat and humidity are on. Thursday, partly sunny, up near the record, but falling just a little short. Hot and humid day with the high of 94. Friday, just obscenely hot, mostly cloudy. We're going to break the record from 2001. Very humid, too, the high of 99. That's likely going to put the heat index between 105 and 110 on Friday. Still hot, but not as hot on Saturday with a mix of clouds and sun, the high up to 90. Right now, 73 in New London, 80 New Haven, 79 Danbury, 73 in Waterbury, and 80 in Hartford. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina in the WTIC Weather Center.
Are you looking for an easy way to get a daily detox? Active Liver is the easy way to get a daily detox to keep you healthy and feeling your best. You can find Active Liver in the vitamin aisle at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
It's summertime. If you're between the ages of 17 and 25, now's the time to check your wisdom teeth. Impacted wisdom teeth can cause a lot of unnecessary pain. So let Columbia Dental remove them sooner than later. Call 860-645-0111.
Tune in to WTIC News Talk 1080 for Healthy Rounds, Saturday mornings 11 till noon. Learn from the top experts about the latest medical news and call in with your questions. Healthy Rounds, sponsored by Hartford Healthcare, Saturday mornings 11 till noon on WTIC News Talk 1080 and WTIC.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid for below 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
1 minute. It's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%.
Here we go.
LeafFilter.com/deal. That's LeafFilter.com/deal.
Reese on the Radio is getting ready to drop some knowledge on WTIC News Talk.
Drop it.
On a weird note, am I the only guy who's got a weird crush on Reba McEntire? I mean, am I the only one? I always feel like I'm the weirdo. I've always kind of found her to be cute. I love her accent. I love her little, she's got a little pizzazz about it. I don't know what it is, but every time I see her, I always go, always had a crush on her. Not in like a weird way. It's just like I always kind of thought of her as like, just even back in the days growing up, I was always like kind of crushing on her. I don't know, it's weird. I felt that way about Dolly Parton too. It's very, very rare. The only thing, like Crystal Gale, I always thought that, like, wasn't really into her, but I was always fascinated about how long her hair was. That was probably the most fascinating thing about her. But yeah, Reba was Rama's like, I'm with you. Reba's kind of cute. She is. It's just something about her accent. She's kind of quirky. She's got that weird little thing she does with her mouth. You know who also does that? Who I noticed has got also kind of weird lisp? Holly Hunter. Is that her name? The actress? She's like Elastigirl from The Incredibles. She's done some other stuff for a while. She's an Academy Award winner. She's kind of got that Reba McEntire thing going on too. I don't know. It's just a particular, look. I just found it a little weird. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, an Obama spokesperson has come forward about the allegations by Donald Trump. And if you missed them, let me play them again. Here is Donald Trump talking about Obama and Obama's treason. He even goes so far as to talk about how the news media has always protected Barack Obama in that Oval Office meeting with the Filipino president. Anyway, here's Donald Trump.
If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming. So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked is a $3 bill. Hillary Clinton and her group, the Democrats, spent $12 million to Christopher Steele to write up a report that was a total fake report. Took 2 years to figure that out, but it came out that it was a total fake report. It was made up fiction.
And so the Obama spokesperson has come forward, and here's what he had to say. CNN reported this in front of the White House.
Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response, but these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. And the spokesman for President Obama goes on to say this: nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
Now, you heard that, right? You heard that. Just so you know, again, this is the part. See, this is the language part. Right? Everybody knows this, he says.
2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
Then why did they run around talking about how Russia hacked the election?
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes, Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald.
Remember? They didn't do anything, now his spokesperson's saying.
Conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
He goes on a step further. The Obama spokesperson, Patrick Rodenbush, he goes one step further. Remember, I want you to hear exactly what he says. Words matter.
Conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
Now, to go one step further, they immediately drag Marco Rubio into it to confirm the earlier statement, right? The earlier statement is that Russia did try to influence the election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. And then say Marco Rubio, who headed up the council to find out, he agreed.
These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee led by then Chairman Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio was never denied. No one has ever denied whether or not Russians got involved in the election by going on social media. No one ever denied it. But they know that they did not hack anything. And again, this totally undercuts the fact. This piece right here undercuts all of that nonsense.
Russia hacking the election to elect Trump is the end of our democracy. Votes were definitely affected. Russia hacked the election to tilt it to Mr. Trump.
The Russians definitively hacked the election.
Russia did hack the election.
No doubt. The Russians hacked the election.
Yes, Russia hacked the election.
Fact, Russia hacked the election.
President-elect Donald Trump still not sounding convinced that Russia hacked the election.
The president does not want to come to terms with the fact that the Russians hacked the election.
President Trump says he still wonders if the Russians hacked the election.
If you can get them to...
So what is it? They didn't successfully affect any votes? That wasn't even the messaging at all. They're switching it. Tulsi Gabbard was on Will Cain's show hosted by Lara Trump. This was her response to that.
Give me your response to what we heard from former President Obama there. He's saying that none of this makes any sense, that this is a distraction. What do you say to that?
It's the art of deflection coming from former President Obama, as well as his friends who are still in Congress today, and Senator Warner and Congressman Jim Himes, really all basically saying that exact same statement, which doesn't actually address the issue that was revealed in great detail in the over 100 documents that we released last week, and the documents that we will be releasing later this week, that point to the undeniable fact that you laid out in your introduction to this segment, is that the intelligence community had one assessment, that Russia did not have the intent or capability to try to impact the outcome of the U.S. election.
Did not have the intent. Their own intelligence briefing, their own intelligence gathering. Russia had no intent, meaning they made no attempts, they did nothing. Wasn't interested in trying to influence the election at all. Their own assessment.
Leading up to Election Day, the same assessment was made after Donald Trump was elected by the American people as president in 2016, defeating Hillary Clinton. And it wasn't until after that pulled President's Daily Brief document that you referenced that the Principals Committee was called in the National Security Council, and President Obama then directed then Obama's DNI James Clapper to lead the effort to create this new intelligence community assessment that detailed not if, but how Moscow attempted to influence the outcome of the U.S. election. So
stop. Remember what you just said about DNI Clapper, right? DNI Clapper says, or I should say Tulsi Gabbard says, that DNI Clapper was tasked by President Obama to find interference. What is that supported by? Well, none other than Clapper.
The Steele report was a disaster. All lies, all
Here it is. I'm sorry. This was the Jake Tapper piece right here.
And we're back with breaking news in our politics lead. CNN is now learning that Christopher Steele, the British spy who authored the Trump-Russia dossier, alerted the FBI in July 2016 because he was so concerned then candidate Donald Trump may have been vulnerable to blackmail.
Now let's fast forward to Jake Tapper questioning DNI Clapper right here. Next clip. Yeah.
As in his public comments and some of the other comments we've seen, seems to be that the officials in the FBI who were seeking a FISA warrant against Carter Page relied too much on a political document, the Christopher Steele dossier.
No, I don't know that the dossier played in this very much at all. However, some of what was in the dossier was corroborated in our intelligence community assessment, which was derived from other sources of information in which we had high confidence.
Donald Trump is still calling this witch hunt, okay?
Yeah, they've caught a few witches, by the way.
They have.
So somebody explain to me, anyone, how they can say, just like, oh, we didn't say that. I told you. They told us over and over again that no one ever said that the Russians hacked the election. That's exactly what they said. More Tulsi Gabbard.
This is the thing that I think people should pay attention to, is neither the message from President Obama's office, neither the statements coming from Democrats in Congress today and their friends in the propaganda media. None of them are addressing this fact that there was a shift, a 180-degree shift from the intelligence community's assessment leading up to the election to the one that President Obama directed be produced after Donald Trump won the election, that completely contradicted those assessments that had come previously. The second thing I want to address that's very important, Laura, is that you in the clip that you played, you saw John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey stated with high confidence this January intelligence community assessment that they drafted at the direction of President Obama. The fact is that they used already discredited information like the Steele dossier. They knew it was discredited at that time, yet they used it as a source for this document that they claim to have high confidence in. They used intelligence that some of these intelligence community professionals rejected previously because of the lack of credibility and the lack of the ability to vet with any kind of confidence.
Didn't Jake Tapper just interview James Clapper, and Clapper said that they corroborated things that were inside the Steele dossier? And now we know that the entire Steele dossier was false, so they corroborated nothing. They continued to lie about it. Yeah, I know, it's nothing. But for those of you who missed it, remember, continuing the conspiracy, as soon as John Brennan went on MSNBC this past weekend, to refute the claims by Tulsi Gabbard, he immediately opened up himself to continuing the conspiracy. So what should have been or could have been completely lapsed, right? We had gone past that whole statute of limitations. By coming back to defend it and saying that it is untrue, that is continuing with the conspiracy. Therefore, back into the spectrum of trying to cover up a conspiracy. Statute of limitations, gone. Gone. Now President Obama, through his spokesperson, keeping it alive, continuing the conspiracy. If the conspiracy had just died, statute of limitations, no more. We still have a statute of limitations. Well, we'll see. I could be wrong. I doubt it, but I could be wrong. Let's get some weather, traffic, and some news with Jason Caterina and Mark Christopher. They're in the BPS Traffic Center. Mark?
Yes, Reese.
Have at it,
All right.
sir.
All right, let's do it. Southbound 91, look for delays 33 Jennings Road and Hartford down to exit 28, Hartford Weathersfield line. Northbound 91, a little slow approaching exit 24 for the Silestein Highway, and you'll lose some speed again, 35 to 36 in Windsor. Westbound 84 tied up, approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound's tight from 44 Prospect Oakwood down into the tunnel. 2 westbound slowing in East Hartford, 1D up to the 84 West merge. Route 2 eastbound's heavy coming off of I-84 out to exit 3 in Glastonbury. 3 northbound's heavy from the Putnam Bridge up to exit 13B and C. The ramps are Route 2 east and west. 291, 384 doing okay. 9 northbound Middletown slowing from 22 up to the Aragoni Bridge. And again, 9 northbound slowing 32 up to just about exit 34 in New Britain. If you're heading 91 south in Meriden, a little slow 19 to 17. Northbound Parkway is tight approaching 68 N and E in the construction in Meriden. 84 eastbound Waterbury slowing by 18. Westbound 84 tight up Cheshire 26 up to 25. If you're heading northbound on the Parkway, delays 59 into the West Rock Tunnel. 95 South New Haven slows 46 to 44. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, partly cloudy, another comfy night, the low down to 56. Sunshine, a few clouds for us Wednesday. The heat starting to build, the high up to 85. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, the low only 66. Then Thursday, the heat is on, partly sunny, the high jumping up to 94. Friday, mostly cloudy. We're going to break the record from 2001. It's going to be very hot and humid, the high of 99 Friday. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
77 degrees, 5:30. I'm Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News. Heat advisory in effect through Friday night. A woman is dead after a house fire this morning in Suffield. The fire department says it happened on Mather Street. They found the home fully engulfed around 10:30 a.m. The victim, identified as 80-year-old Dolores Green, the only person inside when the fire broke out. Ozzy Osbourne is dead. The heavy metal legend suffered from Parkinson's. He performed many times in Connecticut, including at Mohegan Sun. He also became an early star of so-called reality TV. Ozzy Osbourne was 76. A statement says he was with his family when he
Yes,
died.
Catherine, I do read them.
A White House photo op with the leader of the Philippines veered into conspiracy theories. President Trump denied any knowledge of reports the Justice Department is seeking to re-interview Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice in child rape, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's in prison. The president then tried to deflect attention to his claims former President Obama conspired against him.
In the Oval Office, he repeated baseless claims about Barack Obama.
He's guilty. This was treason.
Accusing his predecessor of being the ringleader of a conspiracy to get him. One, he says, included Hillary Clinton. Obama has never been accused of any wrongdoing in the Russia probe, and a Supreme Court ruling last year shields ex-presidents from prosecution for official acts conducted in office.
The AP's Sagar Magani reporting. 2 bills dealing with maternal health have been signed into law by Governor Lamont. In Middletown, Lamont signed a measure calling for a plan to increase birthing hospitals and centers in areas with high Medicaid populations. Public Health Commissioner Dr. Manisha Jutani.
What we're looking at today is helping people along that trajectory to the point of having a child, before and after. And these bills are really helping multiple state agencies do that work better.
The second bill creates a task force formed to look at gaps in maternal mental health services. State Republicans supported both bills. On Wall Street, the Dow closed up 179, S&P closed up 4, the NASDAQ was down 81 points. Sports, Red Sox in Philadelphia with the pregame just after 6 p.m. on WTIC. Yankees in Toronto, the Mets host the Angels. For more, check out WTIC.com. I'm Dave Maker. WTIC 1080 News.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. Maybe even your sex drive is off. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Northeast Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an improved sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956. That's 800-930-5956. Or go to northeastmenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the Northeast to serve you, including our new office in Warwick, Rhode Island.
I'm Ed Evans, Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might
Not
need.
find anything
You
that
could
they
be
can
throwing
use, and
away
they try.
thousands
Well,
over a lifetime.
And you just brought up
We're
a
not
key
here to
point.
be
It
the
can all be
biggest.
said now
We're here to
because
bring you
when
something we
Republicans were
believe is
bringing up
better.
this
Our
Burisma
plan
business
started
for
just
years, it was
$20.
called a
You'll get
conspiracy
the
theory.
same
This
fast
isn't real,
nationwide
distraction,
coverage
what
without
have
the
you.
big wireless
And now
bill.
Democrats are admitting the corruption that was going on in the Biden family. That's why there has to be more accountability.
Yes, Republicans
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
What had happened was. You know what time it is. It's what had happened was. Brought to you by the Odyssey app on WTIC News Talk 1080. And if you missed the show, opening monologue, we talked, of course, about what's going on with Democrats telling us for weeks, if not months, that no illegals were on Medicaid rolls or a part of the Affordable Care Act or a part of the SNAP program. And now, of course, after the passing of the Big Beautiful Bill, or the One Big Beautiful Bill, now Democrats are coming out the woodwork suing the Trump administration about taking said illegals off the rolls. William Tong and Jillian Gilchrist of West Hartford, and of course Mayor Justin Elicker held a press conference yesterday admonishing the Trump administration for not making taxpayer money available to illegals who have paid into nothing. So we talked about that a little bit. Of course, as you all know, the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, we found out about that during the show, so of course we mentioned it. Also talking about, is Connecticut ready to turn over its keys to the kids? You know, we have some young upstarts in their 40s who are now joining the fray of Connecticut politics, trying to oust some of the old guard, which of course is happening all across the country. It turns out that David Hogg, has now been ousted from the DNC, and what he was trying to do is now taking a foothold of the Democrat Party. We talked about that a little bit as well. You may have missed that Jussie Smollett, or also known as Jussie Smollett, also has a Netflix special called The
Will you stop switching everybody's name?
Jussie Smollett.
I'm going to be saying Juicy Smollett to people.
He's already. What was the thing that you texted me about yesterday that you're mad at me for saying?
Oh, booty juice.
Booty juice. He can't say Pete Buttigieg without him thinking booty juice because of this show. That's not my fault. Biden called him booty juice that day, and it stuck. It's not my fault.
That's wild.
That's not my fault. Anyway, also, we talked about everything from Jeffrey Epstein. We talked, of course, about Reba McEntire and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you got to download the Odyssey app. Go to the Odyssey app so you can check out the show whenever you want to. You can recap this program. And, of course, Brian and Company or any other show that is here live on WTIC. All right? That's what had happened was. Now we'll find out what is happening with weather and traffic with Jason Caterina and Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're 91 southbound, delays 33 down to exit 28, Hartford Weather Shield line, northbound 91, moving well, Cromwell. Up into Hartford Beyond, up into Windsor. Southbound 91, some sluggish traffic from 37 to 35. In Windsor, again, 33 down to 32 A and B, and right down to 28 again. If you're westbound 84, you got delays approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 45 Flatbush, 84 eastbound, slowing 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. 2 eastbounds tight coming off of I-84 out to exit 3. In East Hartford, 2 westbounds tied up, 1D up to the 84 West merge. Seeing slow traffic, 3 northbound Putnam Bridge up to 13 B and C as you head to the Route 2 East and West ramps. If you're traveling into Middletown, 9 northbound slowing Harbor Park to the Aragoni. 9 southbound delays Cromwell Middletown line to the Aragoni Bridge. 9 northbound some slow traffic from 32 to 34 in New Britain. Eastbound 84 slowing by 18 in Waterbury. Westbound 84 slows 26 to 25 in Waterbury. If you are heading into Danbury, 84 eastbound's tight 3 to 5. Again, 84 eastbound slowing 8 in Danbury out to 11 in Newtown. Southbound 95 New Haven's tight from 46 to 44. Northbound on the Parkway, a little slow 59 into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Oh, we got another nice night tonight under partly cloudy skies, comfortable with the low down to 56. The heat starts to build as we head through the rest of the week. Sunshine, a few clouds. Wednesday, the high up to 85. Thursday, the heat and humidity return in earnest. Partly sunny, the high up to 94. Friday, obscenely hot and humid, mostly cloudy. We're going to break the record from 2001. The high up to 99 on Friday, but with the humidity factored in, I'd likely say the heat index is going to fall somewhere between 105 and 110 on Friday. So we'll watch for some heat advisories and warnings to come out. Saturday, not as hot, but still hot with clouds and sun, the high of 90. Then quite warm and humid Sunday with a mix of clouds and sun, the high of 87. Right meow, it is 79 in Bristol, 73 in New London, 77 in Mansfield, and 79 in Hartford. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina in the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune into the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort, offering small ship experiences with a shore excursion included in every port and programs designed for cultural enrichment. Discover more at Viking.com. That's Viking.com.
Join us for the first annual Go Tacos Tequila and Taps Festival at Duncan Park, July 24th through the 26th. Presented by the Hartford Yard Goats. Enjoy live bands, more than 20 brands of tequila, and dozens of craft beers, wines, and spirits. For ticket info, visit GoTacosTequilaTaps.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
Making sense of it all and having fun. That's how we would sum up our show. Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. It's what happens when you take a Gen Xer, a millennial, and a baby boomer and give them a radio show.
We go through the news the same way you and your friends would, taking the serious stuff seriously while also laughing at the absurd.
Each one of us brings a unique perspective to the news of the day, closing the generation gap in a way no other talk show can. Hear Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins weeknights 6 until 9 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro.
Thank you.
Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get leaf filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is. Damn. You know who it is. It's Reese on the Radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
By the way, before we get up out of here, I also want to throw this out there, and we'll grab some phone calls so we can wrap this thing up today. Listen, again, this is the spokesperson for the Barack Obama about this DNI issue, the comments of Donald Trump. Listen again, this is interesting. Now, again, this is the administration, the spokesperson for Barack Obama's administration and for Barack Obama, saying that these allegations by Donald Trump and Tulsi Gabbard are outlandish. But I want you, again, language means everything. What words they use, what they say, all of that important. Listen.
For the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response, but these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. And the spokesman for President Obama goes on to say this: nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
Again, the wording is important. Undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes.
These findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the Bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee.
Now, again, worked to influence. Let's go right to the dude. Let's go right to the man, Barack Hussein Obama. What did he say in a press conference?
We have said, and I will confirm, that this happened at the highest levels of the Russian government.
What? What happened at the highest levels of the Russian government? The report suggested that Vladimir Putin was directly responsible and at the helm. What's he talking about? Now they're playing it off like they influenced or tried to influence but didn't manipulate any votes. But here's Barack Obama at a press conference saying this happened at the highest levels of Moscow, the highest levels of the Russian government. To do what? Put Facebook ads?
And I will let you make that determination as to whether there are high-level Russian officials who go off rogue and decide to tamper with the U.S. election process without Vladimir Putin knowing about it.
Come on.
We have said, and I will confirm, that this happened at the highest levels of the Russian government.
So again, Donald Trump saying what was said, what happened, what Barack Obama is saying now, what he said then. Slow down, folks. It's okay. You can cut your ties with Barack Obama. Now start telling me in the chat room, you never liked that black man anyway. He never did nothing for the brothers anyway. It's all right. Now you can all pretend that you were never down in the first place. Right? Yeah, he was a waste. He was a puppet. He was a puppet. It's okay. I'll accept it. Run for the hills. Scurry. I love it. 860-522-WTIC. Let's go to my man. White Mike is in Florida. What's up, buddy?
And, Trump's trying something with this, and I give it to him, but I kind of think he's doing this to distract from his other catastrophic screw-ups. And, I voted for the man 3 times.
You say the catastrophic screw-ups, And, of course, I can only presume it's the Epstein thing.
Well, it started with the Epstein thing. I don't know who dropped the ball there, but you're not going to tell me that, oh, this is nothing after you told me it was something for like 10 friggin' years.
Right.
I'm not going to buy it. So I don't know what your deal is. But no, I guess today I sent you the link to the story. The freaking head of the Mossad is trying to get Trump to take thousands of Gazans as refugees.
When? You sent that link to me today?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
Messenger.
that one. Okay, I got to check it then. I didn't see that.
So the hell, no, man, you can't do that. And you can't backtrack and tell me now you're not going to give weapons to Ukraine, but you're giving to Europe so the Europeans can give them to Ukraine. But you told me we're ending a war because too many people were dying.
Yeah.
Well, the way wars stop is one side gets their butt kicked and then wars stop. It's called being conquered. So if it means Ukraine has to get stomped, then maybe we let Ukraine get stomped and end this senseless war where all these valuable people, valuable breeders are being killed. Dude, Ukraine's never going to be the same.
No,
They
it never was going to be the same.
A million
No,
of their people.
it was never going to be the same. No, not Ukraine.
But, dude, at least they could have been making more Ukrainians. They don't have any more Ukrainian men to breed.
Yeah.
So now what's going to happen is the West is going to force them to import third worlders, and Ukraine's going to go the way of England.
I wouldn't bet on that. Listen, I've heard some outlandish ones, but let's get back to the Gaza part, right? About bringing this idea of bringing Gazans to this. Let me tell you something. I don't, even though that report suggested that Donald Trump is being asked that for me would probably be just as, let's just say, career-ending as what Biden did in Afghanistan.
He's a lame duck president. He's 78 years old. He's already sold us out with Epstein.
I think that you, Mike, I'm going to push back on this one. I really do. I think you guys are wrong on this. I really do. I think the Epstein thing is I think it is a trap, as it always is going to be set up, and people are thinking that it's something that it's not. But I get where you're coming from. This Gazan thing, if there's any facts that he is going to start introducing that to the American people, and he's going to have to be transparent, because if he isn't, forget about it. I mean, MAGA's done. Nobody's going to even trust J.D. Vance. He's got no political clout anyway. Because of MAGA, they see it as Donald Trump. He hasn't given the reins to J.D. Vance as of yet because it's too early to. So, yeah, if he is trying to sink his political fortunes by doing something like that, I'll agree with you. But until I actually see some signs. Look, just yesterday, people were talking about this amnesty deal with Salazar. It turns out that the White House summarily rejected it. They were like, hell no, we're not doing that. So
yeah, but the difference is he's not owned by Mexico, but we know that he's compromised by Israel. They all are. Every president we have is compromised by some people in some way.
Listen to me.
Which is why they go put their head on the wall. Every one of them has to do the active fielding and put their head on the wall.
Okay,
Why?
I'll put it to you this way. Mike, I will concede to you when I see more than just conversation. But if it looks like it's going in that direction, I'll take the L. I will. I just don't think we're there yet. I don't
don't know, man. I'm starting to think he's a compromised sellout, bro, and it bothers me.
I know, and I get that. And at least you come clean when you say it, because a lot of people believe, you know my audience, they believe that people who vote for Donald Trump are just like these automatons who we always got to support him. I always give my audience credit, from Craig in the car to you and even Matty O. You guys say when he's going left, you guys call him out. And I'll always...
Yeah, indeed.
I totally appreciate that.
He's supposed to be America first, bro. That's all. America first and only, and he's not doing it.
I hear you. No doubt. Thank you, sir. Let's go to, Wall Street Joe. How we doing, sir?
Pretty good. I got 4 things I want to run by quickly. The money that's not going to the right place out in California to the fire victims, $100 million.
Yeah.
Well, that entity that was mentioned is an entity that is primarily there to help illegal aliens, give them money. And I told you back in March, I don't think you believed me back in March, that all that burned out area, it was being talked about then to turn it into high-rise tenements for illegal aliens to live.
I'm still hearing stories that support that. You're 100% right on that.
You remember back in March, my sources told me there was chatter, and I wanted to get it out there, and I think it's coming together now. Okay, that's number one. Number two, did you ever see the Poseidon Adventure with your wife like you promised?
I did. And I think she was bored with it. Fortunately.
So, okay, but, that's a reality. It's far-fetched, but it's a reality. Could happen.
That's right.
Number three, the needle ant. The invasion of the needle ants, courtesy of North Korea and China. Have you looked into that at all?
That I have not, because I haven't actually looked up any reports on it, but I will get on that. What's the fourth one? I promise I'll do that now.
Yeah, before you get bitten or stung by one, I think you should know it.
Okay.
And then the fourth thing, Ghislaine Maxwell. Up here in New Hampshire, back when she was, on trial and all of that.
Yeah.
I took her right up to her massive estate on top of the mountain. I tell everyone, your listening audience, go on the internet, look up Ghislaine Maxwell and her residence up in northeastern New Hampshire on top of a mountain. You talk about an unbelievable setting. It's like something out of Walt Disney. It's like a...
What were you, like her cab driver or something?
No, it's like a castle, a contemporary castle. Originally, it was a mansion on top of the mountain. Now, the original mansion is about 300 feet lower than the brand new castle.
But
no.
You're not answering my question. You said you took her up there. Were you like a cab driver or a limo driver at the time?
No, I didn't take her up there. I said when the trial went on, I looked up on the internet, and it has an aerial photo, above it, looking down, and great detail, the history of the mansion and the estate. I think she built it and moved in there about a dozen or so years ago.
Wow.
And that's where they arrested her. I think that's where they found her.
Oh.
And when I drove up there, when she was on trial, I was curious. I got near the road. The state's about a half mile in from the main road. It's a dirt road, partially paved, but there are FBI agents all over the place. You can't get near the place. And they were coming out toward my vehicle, and I just kept driving. I thought they were going to chase me. But, I stopped. I'm looking. My friend's with me, and I see these. I would say they're agents, and they're SUVs in the driveway. Partially.
So they were
down
still,
the road.
even when after they arrested her, they were still doing a complete sweep of the home.
Yeah, but I would invite all your listeners, and you, Reese, you could turn this into a little bit of an investigation. Now that she's going to be back in the news, why don't you this weekend take your wife on a nice ride up to North?
Thank you.
Sure.
But I appreciate you. Let me go. I have no plans on that at all. I'm not even going near these people. I want no association with them. I won't even go to Chappaqua because I don't want to be associated with those knuckleheads either. Let's get James in Plymouth real quick before we get out of here. How are you, James?
I'm doing great, Reese. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, sir?
I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
I saw some things on social media, right, about this Somalian getting the nod and the respect of the Democratic Party in the city of Minneapolis.
Yes.
He is a complete socialist. This guy looks like, that Tom Hanks movie where they hijacked the ship?
That's correct.
I am the captain.
I'm
now.
the captain now. Yes, that's it. He is a Somalian. He does look like a Somali pirate. Yes, he is.
I mean, I was wondering if there was any truth to it.
No, he is literally. I mean, he's some sort of front runner. But remember, that entire region, it's been overwhelmed, and people. It's funny. There's an old clip, man. If you ever think about finding it, what's his name? Steven Crowder went up there and interviewed people in like Dearborn, Michigan, and all of these very Muslim areas in that area, the Twin Cities. And he asked them whether or not they believe in bringing Sharia law into their community. 9 out of 10 said yes. Oh, yeah.
That is disgusting. But these things, did any women agree to that?
No, he didn't.
They have no idea.
He wasn't allowed to talk to any of the women. He wasn't allowed
I suppose, yeah, but I mean, come on, women still exist in Minneapolis.
But you can't talk to them. I gotta go, James. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on that race. You got it, buddy. Folks, Omar's gonna be a story. He's gonna be a story. If Mondami doesn't win, he'll be the story. Well, both of them will be the story. As I always say, folks, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese On The Radio. You have a good night, a pleasant tomorrow. Jason Caterina's got your news, and Mark Christopher's getting you home with the traffic report. You guys be safe out there. Stay cool. I know it's going to be at 105 tomorrow, Mark Christopher. You
All
be safe.
right.
Yeah, it's going to be 105.
Where?
It's supposed to be real hot over the next day or so.
Oh, all right. I'm going to let Jason do it. I'm not the weather guy.
I know. I'm just saying. Everybody
105. I ain't going
I
out
heard
if
it's
it's
supposed to be.
105.
I heard it's supposed to be 100 degrees coming up.
Yeah, I guess Friday's going to be.
It's going to be
pretty
bad.
nasty. Yeah. Have a great night, Reese.
Thanks,
if you're
sir.
heading into Hartford right now, this traffic report being brought to you by Columbia.
Yo.
Anyone
All right,
southbound,
sir.
look for delays 33 to 32. Again, some
See
slow
ya
traffic
mañana.
27
It's already
to
Wednesday
28.
tomorrow. Jesus.
Again, a little
Hump day.
24 the
I'll
Silas
talk
Street
to you
Highway.
tomorrow.
All
Oh, I got
right,
to
sir.
check out your thing. I'll send you
moving well now.
I'll
Cromwell,
send you a text message
downtown
after
up
I
in the
listen.
Winter, Westman,
All right, cool.
All right.
56 Governor up to 47 Sigourney.
All right. Poor Jussie Smollett. He got beat up in the middle of Chicago by a bunch of Nigerian Trump supporters when all he wanted was a 2 a.m. grinder. That could happen to anyone. I love how you called it a grinder. You do know that's a double entendre, right? You know, there's a gay dating app called Grindr. I hope you knew that. But if it was by accident, that makes it even better. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you. Be good to each other, please.